Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now, your #1 source for tips, tricks, and everything you need to know for Fantasy Premier League football. Today, we're going to be going over my final thoughts for Game Week 11, so captaincy choices, any transfers that I'm going to be making, my final team reveal, all of that good stuff. So, if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 35 likes today. Leave a comment, what is your team looking like before the deadline? Subscribe if you're brand new. Let's get into the video. So, starting things off, this is my team for Game Week 11. There are a couple of things that I still need to do to it. I have one free transfer in the bank, which I think I know what I'm going to do with, but I'm just going to kind of talk through my team as of right now. So, Sanchez in goal at home to Newcastle. I'm a little bit worried about that game, to be fair. With the likes of Wilson being back, St. Maximan, these players that are very, very dangerous. I'm a little bit worried about Sanchez keeping a clean sheet, but they are at Brighton. I'm hoping that Brighton's defense can carry on being as good as it has been this season and hopefully get a clean sheet for me, because Sanchez getting 4 points from the last two games isn't that bad, especially with them playing City and Liverpool. But hopefully now that he's got a good fixture run, can finally get me some more points, some more clean sheets, and you know what, may as well get a penalty save whilst you're at it. That would be fantastic. So yeah, Sanchez in goal. At the back we have Trent, Semedo, Rudiger, and Livramento. Rudiger did play the full 90, I do believe, in the Champions League fixture this week, but I'm pretty sure he's fixture proof. I'm not really worried about him being benched. So yeah, hopefully he does play against Burnley at home and does get me a nice clean sheet, because if you have any Chelsea defenders this week, you're going to be licking your lips at that fixture. Burnley at home is a fantastic fixture, and if you've got 2 or 3 Chelsea defenders, you should be getting some clean sheets there. Semedo away at Crystal Palace. I'm not really a fan of the Wolves defense at the moment. They seem to be conceding one every single week, but you never know. Even though Crystal Palace is playing really, really good football under the new manager, I'm not expecting anything from that. I just want one return, to be fair, from Semedo before I get rid of him, because I'm obviously getting rid of him around Game Week, well, for Game Week 15. So I'm going to keep him for Crystal Palace. I'm going to bench him next week because Livramento has Norwich, and then I have Semedo for Norwich and Burnley. And then obviously I'm getting rid of him. I just want a couple of returns in those fixtures, man. I'm expecting 2 clean sheets there and maybe an assist or something, because he needs to give me something, because he has absolutely been a nightmare to have. Any Wolves defenders have, but he's just been getting 2 points every single week. Guy, it's been awful. So hopefully he can finally turn that around and get me some points. But yeah, that's just Semedo in there. Villa at home for Livramento. I'm quite confident about this fixture. Pretty sure Villa have got quite a few injuries at the moment. They do have the likes of Danny Ings out and quite a few other players. So hopefully Southampton can get a clean sheet there. A lot of people bench Livramento and just, it's a curse really, benching Livramento, because whenever you do, he just gets points. So yeah, Livramento is definitely playing this week for me, because he got 6 points last week. I benched him. It is what it is. I know that I'm playing him this week and he's not going to get the clean sheet, but if I don't play him, he's going to get a clean sheet. So yeah, play Livramento this week at the back, and then I'm playing Trent as well. Trent, obviously conceding 2 against Brighton at the weekend, but got 2 assists last night in the Champions League. Well, last night in the week. So very, very nice to see. Hopefully he can replicate that against West Ham, but West Ham is a really, really good side this season under David Moyes. Yeah, they're like, I can see them finishing top 4. So it depends how they do, because West Ham have like Liverpool, Chelsea, and City all in like the next 6, I do believe, or something like that. So it really is a test of their character and to see how well they do. But I'm hoping for something from Trent. Whether it's not a clean sheet, maybe gets an assist or something. But then in midfield, we have Rafinha, Salah, and Havertz. This will be the last week I have Havertz. Getting rid of him next week for Sonny, because Son's fixtures obviously change for really, really well, to be fair. And Havertz's fixtures aren't exactly bad, but I don't really like having him. I took a punt on him a couple of weeks ago, bringing him in for that Norwich game. And as soon as they scored 7 and Havertz weren't involved in any, it was kind of a kick in the teeth. And then obviously he got the penalty assist last week, which was great. Nice 6 points from him. Hopefully he can score against Burnley and he'll just go out with a bang. Like whatever he does this week, I'm getting rid of him. It doesn't matter. He can score a hat-trick and I'll still get rid of him. Hopefully he does, because that'd be fantastic. But yeah, I'm just bringing in Son for him. That was always the plan. That's what I'm going to do. Salah has the armband. I just don't really know any of the players that I'd give the armband to this week. I understand kind of people wanting to give it to like Reece James and Chilwell, which I would completely understand. I personally don't like giving the captain's armband to defenders, but if it works out for you, then, you know, kudos to you, because, you know, if they concede and then they don't get an attack in return, it's pretty much like 2 or 4 points for your captaincy. So it is what it is, but I can't see Chelsea conceding against Burnley at all. So that's my midfield. And then in well, up front, we have Jimenez, Antonio, and Vardy. So I'm definitely playing Jimenez and Vardy. Vardy is my vice-captain. I can see him popping off against Leeds. Leeds are really, really bad at the back. So I'm hoping Vardy can get a goal or two. Antonio, I don't think I'm going to play. I was originally going to get rid of him, but we'll talk about all that in a second because there's so much tinkering I need to do with this team. And then on the bench, we have Steele, Sarr, Sissoko, and Williams. So that's what my team's looking like as of right now, but I still have one free transfer in the bank, and I also have 1.8 mil as well. So what I want to do is, I think, because I need enough money for Son, and so if I get rid of Havertz now and bring in Son, I don't have enough money because Son is currently 10.2. He probably will go up to 10.3 for next week when his fixtures change. Minus 0.3 off. So I can't bring Havertz, take Havertz out for Son this week. So I'm not going to be doing that, obviously. So what I think I'm going to do is finally get rid of Sarr. I was going to get rid of Sarr in a few weeks, but I just kind of want to get rid of him now. His price keeps dropping. He's just dropped to 6.1 again. I probably should have made the transfer midweek, but I didn't. What I think I'm going to do is take Sarr out and bring in Mbeumo, who's playing Norwich, and then obviously has Newcastle and stuff. He does seem to be back now, I do believe. I'm going to obviously wait for the press conferences and everything to see if he definitely is back, because I'm obviously recording this before all the press conferences on Friday and everything. But yeah, I will be bringing him in for Sarr, and then that'll give me 2.2 in the bank. So then next week I can take out Havertz and bring in Son with no issues whatsoever, because then I still have 0.1 in the bank. So if Son does go up to 10.3, I still have enough. The only thing about this is, like, I was originally going to get rid of Antonio for Tony, but the thing is now, like, I'm going to play him next week against Wolves, because I'm not going to be playing Semedo. I'm going to bench him against Liverpool, by the way. I'm going to play Mbeumo instead of him. So I'll play him against Wolves, and then I'll bench him against City, and then I'll play him against Brighton, and then I'll bench him against Chelsea, and then I've got him for this fixture run. Like, his price might go down during these weeks, but like I say, against the tough fixtures, I'm not going to play him, and I want him ready for these fixtures. Like, a lot of people are going to be bringing him in for these fixtures because they're just so good, and I don't want to have to, like, take him out and then bring him in, have him, like, increase in price and stuff, because I think he's 8.2 now. I brought him in on 8, so that's 0.2, you know, which I wouldn't be able to bring him in if I was going with this team again. So that's why I think I'm gonna opt for Mbeumo instead. I could also go for Smith Rowe, like I said in the updated wildcard video last week. Could go for him. Could go for Gallagher as well, but I think I'm kind of sold on Mbeumo. The other route that I could take, like I say, is instead of getting rid of Sarr this week, which I mean, I'm kind of guaranteed to get rid of him. I just don't want him anymore. He's just not getting any returns. I was going to get rid of Antonio this week for Tony, which would give me a lot of money in the bank, which would give me 3.2. I can easily then next week get rid of Havertz for Son, which will be all good because that'll give me 1.1. And then I could upgrade Sarr to a Zaha or someone like that. But then I don't have any money to bring Antonio back in. Because if I was going to go into Zaha, which I think is a really good option still, he's 6.9, he is on pens. I'd have 0.2 in the bank. It's not even like I can upgrade Jimenez to Antonio because I need 0.7 and I've only got 0.2. Plus, I also don't know what I'm going to do in the situation where I want to bring Ronaldo back in as well. So I kind of need as much money as I can get. I think what I'll have to do with the Ronaldo thing is, I mean, I really don't know. I just don't really have the funds for it in the slightest, because this is what my team's going to look like when I want to bring in Ronaldo. So I'll have 0.3. No, I won't. You're not in the team. And Mbeumo will be in the team. I have no money to bring Ronaldo in. Like, he's 0. I've got 0.1 in the bank. I don't know how I would get Ronaldo in. I would have to get rid of Son, and I'd have to downgrade Son to maybe like a Foden or someone after this fixture run. Like, so maybe I get rid of him after game week 15, and I bring in maybe a Foden or someone like that, because I think Foden he's not exactly nailed at the moment, but he's obviously like one of the 6 best players this season. So game week 15 would be when I bring in Foden, who has Watford, Wolves, Leeds, Newcastle, Leicester. That actually kind of ticks over really, really nicely. Like, I'd like him for the Villa game as well, but I mean, the Son's got Norwich at home, so I'm not going to be getting rid of Son for that fixture. So that's actually really, really nice. And then I have 2.1 in the bank, which would then allow me to get rid of Vardy and bring in Sue for 12.4, and I would still have 0.4 in the bank. So that would happen around game week 15. I'd probably take a hit that fixture that week, yeah, because then, yeah, that's actually perfect, to be fair, because then I have him for Crystal Palace, Norwich, Brentford. So yeah, in game week 15, I would be bringing in Foden and Ronaldo for Jamie Vardy and Son, and that actually works out really nicely, because then I still have Antonio, for game week 15, which I think is a bad fixture. It is a bad fixture, so I'd bench Antonio that fixture, but then I've got Antonio for all of these really nice fixtures, and I don't have to waste a transfer on him in that week as well. The thing is, though, I also need to get rid of Jimenez in game week 15, which isn't a bit of an like that's an interesting one, because I wouldn't be able to play Antonio or Jimenez, because I'd have to play one of them, unless I'd have to take a massive hit, unless I save my transfers for game week 15, but I'd probably still have to take a hit. And then instead of Jimenez, I'd bring in, I don't know, like, because I'd have 0.4, so I'd have to bring in a striker that's like 7.9. I don't really know any forwards that are like around that price that are decent. You've got like, maybe, no, Jesus is 8.7. So yeah, I really don't know what I'd do with that. That's an interesting one. I'd have to think about it. But for game week 15, I'm definitely bringing in Foden and Ronaldo, unless Foden's just getting like no game time. What I could do is bring in like Mount instead of Foden, or someone who's around the same price, or Grealish, like depending on who's playing more. But Foden I could see going up in price as well, but I've still got 0.4 in the bank, so by then, like, I'm hoping Ronaldo goes down in price, because Ronaldo has City, Watford, then Chelsea, and then Arsenal. So it's only a few game weeks that I have to wait. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Maybe I get them in earlier. Maybe I get Ronaldo. Well, no, I can't, because I'd have to get rid of Son as well, so I can't. I'd have to get the win game week 15. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. Captaincy choices this week, completely forgot about it. Yeah, captaincy is a difficult one. Because the thing is, like, a lot of people are going to be still captaining Salah, but West Ham away isn't an easy fixture. I think more people are going to be giving the armband to like Reece James, because James is Chelsea's top scorer this season, and he's only 5.8, so he's at Burnley at home as well. So I think a lot of people are going to be giving the armband to James. Maybe Chilwell. There's just not really any other players that I could, like, maybe Tony. Tony is an option that you could give him the armband if you really wanted to. He is at Norwich at home. If they get a penalty, obviously. I mean, that is a pretty good captaincy option, but I mean, he's not really been getting that many points this season, to be fair. Tony, if you take a look at him, he's not actually been getting that many. 2, 2, 2, 2. Obviously, 5 and 12 was nice. Then 2, then 6, then 2, 2. So, yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, Norwich at home is the best fixture they're going to have all season, but Brentford weren't that good against Burnley. Like, I would have expected Brentford to beat Burnley like 2-0 or something then. So, yeah, them losing 3-1 wasn't great. So yeah, it all depends on if you really want to bite the bullet and go with Tony. I'm going to go for Salah just because I've learnt my lesson when I didn't captain him against United. So that's why I'm just kind of going to give him the armband every single week. I'd probably give the armband to Son in game week 15 because yes, Salah has Wolves away, but I mean, Son has Norwich at home. And if they're under Conte and they're playing really good football, I mean, I'm going to have to give the armband to Son. So, yeah, this is kind of my team up to game week 15. I don't know what I'll do with Jimenez. I might just have to, like, downgrade Jimenez to a Tony around game week 15. Which, I mean, yeah, he has Leeds, then Watford, then United, then Southampton, then Brighton. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just annoying because then he has City, Liverpool, and City again, all in those fixtures. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I'll have to decide what I want to do. But anyway, there are my final thoughts for game week 11. Remember, the deadline is later today, so make sure you make your changes very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Leave a comment with your team. Let's try and hit 35 likes. Subscribe if you're brand new. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the season, which I think we can do. But that's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and best of luck with your game week 11. And I'll see you all for the knee-jerk reaction video on Sunday. So until then, peace.